Good day. Welcome to another session of Explore Protect YouTube channel. We welcome you and we hope you enjoy the conversations that we're having here. It's your host here at Money Magnet at Explore Protect, Dr. Meiya, and we're excited to have you again today. And if you are new, welcome to this series. We're starting a new series today. Please subscribe to the channel. And when you're subscribing already, switch on your notifications so each time we have a new video for you, you do not miss out. And also spend some time on the channel to explore what other entrepreneurs are sharing with you in building your organization. So today what I want us to talk about is about business valuation. When and how do you go about in valuing your entity? Essentially, valuing your worth, the effort that you put in your entity. How do you go about to value that for whatever reason? So this is going to be a series of a number of videos, but today we're just really introducing the subject so that we can get excited about business valuation, because the effort that you're putting, there's value to it. So what exactly is business valuation? It's nothing extraordinary, but just how you determine your economic value of your entity. Depending on the size and how you shape your entity, you might even want to value a portion of it. If maybe your business is doing more than one thing, you're interested in valuing one aspect of that. It's really understanding the value that is underpinning that part of the entity or the entire entity. And really what goes down is what is the fair value of the business. And again, the key word there, what is the fair value? Isn't the absolute value, is really what is fair as far as the market is concerned. And really, finally, it's a process. It's not an event. It's something that happens over time. It's a process that determining the current worth of the unit and or the entire business. And again, using a number of combinations of measurements, hopefully that are objective in looking at different aspects of your entity. This is what it's all about. It's not rocket science. What is the economic value? What is that fair value? And what is the process that we need to follow? And what are the measurements or the measures that we'll be using in determining that value? Now, let's look at some what I call the big fours. What is it that you need to consider, or what are some of the things that you need to include in valuing your business? The first one, you might want to look at the market value of the assets that you've accumulated over time. And this can be used in combination and or isolation. So you look at what is the market value of the assets that you have over time. And the keyword here is market value, not the acquisition or cost value. And the second thing, it's you might want to look at the management team of your entity. Now, for solopreneurs, that basically means you probably want to look at the worth and the analysis of you as an individual. But once the entity is growing, you might want to analyze the management team of this entity. This is very critical, especially when you're considering to sell the entity or to spin the entity off. The new buyers might want to know what is worth of the management, or what's going to happen to the management once this is spun off and it's now taken over by new management. Or if you're considering things like a management buyout. The third one is its capital structure. How leverage, what is the optimum capital structure? We know that by now, in the main, when you're talking of capital structure, we're really focusing on two areas: the debt portion of the business and the equity portion of the business. How is it looking like? How leveraged, how geared this entity is? And lastly, what are the prospects of the future earning? In fact, in my view, this is one of the key things, because what prospects of future earnings are telling me, when you're looking at the entity today, what is its future prospect in the 5, 10, 15 years ahead? Because when you're valuing the entity, you want to value based on its going concern future prospects. So as I said, I call this really the big four. You always want to have this in your basket of things to consider when you're doing the business. Now, really, the beauty about valuation It's that it's both an art and a science. They can never be either or. You combine these two things. You're looking at the science approach to valuing and the beauty of an artist playing on a canvas, putting these complex, exciting things together, understanding the business valuation. So for example, I mean, it's a science, the fact that you're looking at what are the objective measures that you need to consider, or measurements, what estimates and forecasts and ratios and percentages that you're going to consider, and also look at the modeling capability when we're looking at the science part of the business valuation. But even more exciting is that you need to look at the art part of it. So what is the experience who the valuer is having? You need the experience to look at the exposure in different industries, either the breadth or within the organization and the industry, the practices, how exposed and what practices are there, how they've been doing this thing over time, and finally the knowledge both of the process of valuation, the knowledge of an industry, the knowledge of the economy, and the knowledge of industry players. So this is where the canvas, you're really getting an artist a view, an artist skill in valuing the entity. And really, as we're closing on this video of introduction, I mean, there are many valuation approaches, but I want to highlight 6 that I think I want us to go through them, because these are some of the most commonly used valuation models. The first one is looking at the market capitalization, and the second one will then look at the times revenue method. Then we'll look at the earnings multiplier method. We'll jump to one of the mostly comprehensively and commonly used, the discounted cash flow model, and then we'll look at the book value, and finally we will then jump into and close it off with the liquidation model. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. It's me, your host here, Dr. Meiya at Explore Protect YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and comment on it. Let's start a conversation. And until we meet next time, if you want to connect with me, please, below this video, there are my links where we can start having a conversation. Have a beautiful day.